Good evening, everyone. The purpose of this video is to show you what to do now that your SGAs online are completed. Some of you will need to grade your open response items, and some of you will just need to go ahead and link those to your gradebook, so those grades will download into your gradebook. And then I'll show you what to do in your gradebook to prepare for those to be automatically imported into PowerSchool in order to start the process of calculating your growth percentiles. So first thing I'm going to do is sign in to PowerTeacher. I've already done that. I'm going to click on Reports. Once I do that, then I'm going to go down here and click on SchoolNet. Once I click on SchoolNet, it's going to open up to my SchoolNet page. And I'm going to go over here on the right hand side and I'm going to click on Assessments. Once I do that, I want to make sure that I select whichever class section actually took the SGA. Now, one thing to keep in mind, if students selected the wrong section or only had the capability, I know there were some out there that schedules weren't done being loaded yet, and so you may have to click on maybe your homeroom or writing standards, where the case may be. In this case, though, I'm going to go ahead and click on reading because that's where this assessment is located at and where they took it. And so once I've done that, then I'm going to go ahead and go to here where it says Actions. And I'm going to click on Actions and then click on Score. Now, once I do that, then I have the capability of going in and scoring each one of these open responses for the assessment. Once I'm done scoring all of them and I'm finished with that process, I'm going to go back to the previous page. And the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Share. And what Share will do is it'll do two things. It'll create this assignment over in the gradebook. It'll download all the grades to it. And it'll keep those linked between the two for as long as that's on. Now, SGAs are kind of a strange creature in the fact that at some point we're not going to want to do that anymore. I'll explain that in just a second. So now that I've shared it, I'm going to go ahead and open up the gradebook. Alright, once I go to that section, I'm going to see that SGA. It's downloaded in, it's created the assignment, it's got all of the scores downloaded into it. Now, if I'm at the point now that I'm finished and I'm ready to kind of close this process out, then what I can do is I'm going to go back, because I'm going to make some changes to this that's going to affect the link, and I don't want to do that while I'm still grading. So if I go back here to Test Dashboard, and I can click on Stop Sharing. And then what I'm going to do is I want to keep in the gradebook, but I don't want to send any more updates to it. And I'm going to hit Save. And it's going to say it's not shared here. Then at that point, I can go back into the gradebook, and I'm going to make a couple of changes to this assignment. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change this abbreviation. That's the actual SGA number. And I'm going to change that to SG1 because it's the pretest. And that's what the program looks for in order to load this over into PowerSchool for me. I'm going to go down to Include Final Grade and uncheck that so it doesn't hurt the student's grade. And then I'm going to click over here on Publish, and I don't want the parents to be able to see this because it's just a pre-assessment. So I'm going to change this to Never. Now, it's completely up to you. If you feel like that this is something that you can talk with your parents about and that you think your parents will want to see, that's completely up to you. But I think for most cases, it's better to keep this hidden so that there are no questions about why you have something in the gradebook that was just a pre-assessment. Once you do all that, then you can go ahead and save, and you're good to go at this point. I did want to go ahead and show you one other thing too on the test dashboard that you may not have been aware of. While your students are taking SGA, you can go to this assessment, click down, and go to Proctor Dashboard. And once you do that, that's going to show you all of your students and see to make sure that they're actually taking the assessment and kind of where they are at on the progress as they're going through it. Well, if you have questions, please ask your testing administrator at your school site or your assistant principal. If they can answer your questions, they'll be sure to ask me. Thanks.